To be honest, man, I think that's like such a touchy thing though, because I think you gotta immediately draw back to the freedom of press. Like, we can't really tell the media how they need to portray or what they need to portray. Like, even though they are dependent on viewership and people that need to, they're dependent on viewership and they're depending on people of a certain demographic, philosophy, and mindset to be geared towards whatever and however they're pushing their agenda. Like, I mean, you're spot on with like local news and how they portray crime and things like that. And sometimes how they'll, for me, I think it's ironic, or maybe, yeah, it's more ironic how like we hear more about crime and things like that, but I had no idea of like the whole BET coverage of Norfolk and, you know, the gentrification that was going on, you know, right across the street from the Scope, and then whatever, is it Norfolk Gardens or something like that? Like, I heard nothing of that until BET got it on like the national scale. Like, it's crazy when you think about it, because that's something that for us, you know, for me and you, we live like, you know, 15, 20 minutes away. For Brian, like, that's his backyard. Like, I heard nothing of it until BET, you know, posted something on their social media about it.
But do you feel that's something they want people to actually hear about? Like, that's not something they actually want people to like.
It's relevant though. That's the thing. Like, it's severely relevant.
Okay. Yeah, it's relevant, but at the same time, I feel like that misinformation or that lack of information is a good thing to the people in power.
Well, that's why my very first response was, it depends on the agenda. Like, I feel like there's so much stuff that goes into the media that it's kind of hard to just give like one clear-cut answer, because we have all these answers, but like, to just answer the very basic, like, the media plays like a really important role, because just, you know, the wording of the question originally, it threw me off. But like, as soon as I had like a solid understanding, like, you can easily just go into Google and type in media and mass shootings, and there's this website called centerforresearch.org, and the first thing it shows you is that there's this theory called the media contagion effect, and it's like, what we see with mass shootings is very similar to what you see with like terrorist attacks and suicide. And like, they have very, very detailed research. And like, the number one thing that I remember, the Virginia Tech shooting. In here, they have it cited where the Virginia Tech shooter expressed numerous desires to repeat the shooting from Columbine. And, you know, paragraphs above that, it goes directly and pretty much verbatim with what Brian said. It's like, they really do seek the attention. Like, they really enjoy the coverage and their name being in the headlines and things like that. And you see the contradiction right here, because right below that paragraph, they say, yes, we remember everything that happened, and I'm going to jump to Parkland, but nobody remembers the name of the coach that saved lives during that shooting.
Right.
Like, nobody ever remembers, you know, the quote unquote hero, but everybody always will remember, you know, the name of the shooter. Yeah. So I think, you know, 100%, like, the media plays a critical role, but it's like, can we actually truly hold them accountable for the role that they play? Because at the end of the day, they're pushing information.